Hello, my name is Armando. I will going to explain this activity. This activity is analysis of the redundant design. We can see here a topology diagram with three levels. The first level is core, the second level is distribution, the third level is access. Uh, what is the learned objectives from here? The learned objectives is check the convergence of STP, examine the ARP process, testing redundancy in a switch network. We have as introduction the next. In this activity, we will examine to STP works by default. The switches having added to the network out of the box. Cisco switches can be plugged in and connected to a network without any additional action on the part of the network administrator. Therefore, these switches will operate according to the default configuration. Task 1, test the convergence of STP. When STP is fully convergent, the following condition exists. All PCs have green link lines on the switch ports. The access layer switching having a forwarding light green to a distribution layer switch and a blocking link amber to a second distribution layer switch. The distribution layer switch have a forwarding line green and core layer switch and blocking link amber to second core layer switch. Task 2. Examine the ARP process. Step 1. Switch to simulation mode. Step 2. Pin from PC1 to PC6. Use the add simple PDU tool to create a PDU from PC1 to PC6. Make sure ICMP is selected in event list filters. Click in capture forward to examine the ARP process as the switches network obtains the MAC address of PC1 and PC6. Note that the blocking ports stop all possible loops. For example, PC1 ARP request travel for S1 to D2 to C1 to D1 and the back to S1. However, single STP blocks the link between is1 and is2, no loops occur. Note that the ARP replica from PC6 traveled back or route Y. All switches receive the location of PC1 from the ARP request. When PC1 receives to reply from PC6, all switches already know the port to send the frame. Record the path without loops between PC1 and PC6. is the next serial. PC1, S1, D2, C1, D3, S6, PC6. We can see here this table with the different information about this series. Step 3. Examine the ARP process. Being between two different PC to example the ARP process again. What part of the road was modified single the last set of clones? The access layer switches now the traffic places between D2, C1, D3. Test 3. Test redundancy in a switched network. Step 1. Delete the link between S1 and D2. Switch to real mode. Remove the link between S1 and D2. It takes some time to make STP convergent and establish it. A new path without loops. Since only one is affected. Notice how the amber line on the line between S1 and D1 changes to green. Step 2. Pin between PC1 and PC6. When the link between S1 and D1 is activated, indicated by a green line, switching to simulate mode and record switching to simulate mode and pin between PC1 and PC6 again. Record the new route without loops. The new route is PC1 S1 D1 C1 D3 S6 PC6. We can see here this table with information about this route. Step 3. Remove the lingering between C1 and D3. Switch to real mode. Note that the links between D3 and D4 to C2 are amber. Remove the link between C1 and D3. This takes sometimes to make STP convergent and establishing a new path without loops. Note the amber links and D3 and D4. You can toggle between simulation and real-time mode to sleep out the process. Which link is now the activity in C2? The C2 D3 link. Step 4. Pin between PC1 and PC6. Switch to simulation mode and pin between PC1 and PC6. Record the new route without loops. The route is here with the PC1 S1, D1, C1, D4, S6, PC6. This table we can show in this table the information of this route. Step 5. Delete D4. Switch to real mode. Note that S4, S5, and S6 send the traffic to D4. Remove D4. It takes some time to make STP convergent and establishing a new path without loops. Note that the links between S1, S4, and S5 and S6 to D3 change to forwarding green. All three switches should now send the traffic to D3. Well, step 6. Pin between PC1 and PC6. Switch to simulate mode like as other steps. Switch to simulation mode and ping between PC1 and PC6. Record the new route without loops. The new route is this. With PC1, S1, D1, C1, C2, D3, S6, PC6. We can see here the different information about this route. What unique features does the new route have that you haven't seen before? Now the ping move between C1 and C2 core layer. Sorry. Step 7. Delay C1. Switch to real mode. Note that D1 and D2 send traffic to C1. The latest C1, and this take some time to take SCTP, convert, and establishing a new path without loops. Note that the link between D1 and D2 to C2 change to forward green and converts. The switches must now forward traffic to C2. Between step 8, between is pin between PC1 and PC6. Switch to simulate mode and pin between PC1 and PC6. Record the new route without loops. The new route without loops is here with PC1, S1, D1, D1, C2, S6, PC6. We can see here this table the information about this route without loops. Thank you for attention.